mathematicians, in this video we're going to learn how to interpret the roots or zeros of a quadratic function. The roots or the zeros are where the quadratic crosses the x-axis. They help us answer these questions. When does the object hit the ground? Or how long is the object in the air? Now, in real life examples, we don't typically have negative values of x. Usually our x-axis represents time, and it doesn't really make sense to have negative time. So we don't consider this root. We only use the positive root, the positive 0. Let's do an example. A ball is thrown into the air from the edge of a 48-foot high cliff so that it eventually lands on the ground. The graph below shows the height y of the ball from the ground after x seconds. We have a graph of a ball being thrown. The y-axis represents the height, and the x-axis represents the time. We want to find for which interval is the ball in the air. So we want to find a time interval. We're looking at these x values. So this is time. The time the ball is in the air. The ground is when our height is 0. So if we want to find when the ball is on the ground, we have to look on our x-axis where y is 0. That means we have to find our roots. Well, here is our root. Here is our 0. Remember, they mean the same thing. The ball will be in the air from the beginning when it's thrown, that is at time 0, all the way to this point. This x value is 5.5. So between 0 and 5.5, the ball will be in the air. Let's do another example. The height of a ball Maoli tossed into the air can be modeled by the function h of x equals negative 4.9x squared plus 6x plus 5, where x is the time elapsed in seconds and h of x is the height in meters. How many seconds after being thrown will the ball hit the ground? So again, we're asked to find when does the object hit the ground. So if we want to find this, we need to look for our zeros. I have this function and I want to find my zeros. So I'm going to use my calculator. First, I will press y equals and put in this function. Remember, if we have a negative in the front, we have to use this button. 4.9 x squared plus 6x plus 5. Now that I have my function in y1, in y2, I'm going to put 0 because the height of the ground is 0. Then I press second trace 5, and I go to where the blue line and the red line intersect and press enter 3 times. So my first is negative 0.568963. However, remember we can't have a negative time. So I have to find the other root, the other 0. So I'm going to go back to y equals second trace 5. Now I'm going to move to the other root because I want a positive value here and press enter 3 times. This x value, 1.7934, is our second root. So that means this is the time it will take to hit the ground. 1.793 seconds. I'm going to round to the nearest thousandths place. Is the time the ball takes to hit the ground. Good luck with the next question.